Okay, this is my review for Freddy versus Jason. Yeah, well, as y'all know, it's officially, Halloween month season. So had just did a rewatch of Freddy versus Jason, and I gotta say, this movie is still fire. I really like this movie. Yes, it's not perfect. It's not perfect or anything, but man, it is a good, it is a good crossover. Evil versus evil, a showdown between one of the two most popular horror movie icons ever. Um, this movie was a dream come true because like a lot of people always used to always wonder, like, imagine a fight between, between Freddy versus Jason, like, how would that work or anything like that. So in the year of 2003, we finally had got our dream movie crossover uh, of these two Clash Titans. This movie is really gory and bloody. It has a lot of blood in it. That's for sure. I you know to me, to be perfectly honest, Freddy versus Jason, it really felt more like it was Freddy's movie than it was Jason's movie. It felt more like it felt more like it felt more like a Freddy plot, than it did Jason. To be honest, we get a very young Kelly Rowland in here, and and the other actors, I don't really know their real names, but the main actress that plays the character Lori, I think they took inspiration from off of Jamie Lee Halloween's Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Lori, making the main actress in this movie, making her name, called Lori or whatever. I think that was inspiration from from Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Lori from Halloween. But anyway, uh, yeah, this movie has a lot of gory scenes, but majority of the kills are by Jason. Jason does majority of the killing. Freddy, on the other hand, he only gets to kill maybe like barely two. I think he only gets like two kills in this movie, and that's about it. While Jason did like majority eight, he did about 70-80% of the killing throughout the movie. Um, but once they cross paths, when when Freddy puts, when Freddy puts Jason out to where he passes out, and then they're fighting each other, in Freddy's dream world. The fight is really good. Man, Freddy was just man. Freddy was just menacing, just manhandling, just doll rattling the shit out of Jason in the dream world, because he's because when you're in Freddy's dream world, like, you're powerless. You know Freddy is a lot strong. Freddy is a lot stronger in the dream world. Like, you're not beating him in the dream world at all. Uh, which is a really good fight. And then at the very end, where the main actress Lori pulls Freddy from out of the dream world into the real world, and in the real world of Jason, it's more of a even match. And I gotta say, Jason was tossing. I mean, really, Jason was really just tossing and throwing Freddy's ass around. Freddy, man, Freddy would still put up a good ass fight, because he was still a lot more agile. A lot more faster and agile, because man, he was because man, he was cutting Jason, punching Jason, kicking like, man, Freddy was doing all kinds of shit to put Jason down, but motherfucker wouldn't go down for nothing. Jason, man, he was just really just uh, tossing, just tossing Freddy around like a rag doll, pretty much. Um, but at the but at the very end, but at the very end, for a lot of y'all that that have seen this probably 1,000 times, 100 times, who knows? It's more like it's more like a even. I guess some would say that Freddie, kind of, pretty much won because Freddie had got the most blows. He definitely got the most hits and blows off of him. That's for sure. Way more than Jason did. But at the end of the movie, uh, Jason gets the last. Jason gets the last, gets the last laugh at the end. He gets the last hit off of Freddy. Using his own glove, claw glove on him, and then he falls in the water, and then Jason comes back out, and and then he's holding Freddy's head, and then obviously he was still alive. So I don't know how in the dream world, but anyway, yeah. Some people say Freddy won, but in a way it was pretty much a tie between the two, to be honest. But like Freddy versus Jason is probably the first movie to ever give us a crossover, a popular icon crossover movie, and then the year after that, then we had got Alien versus Predator, and then Batman versus Superman, and so on and so on, you know. But yeah, but that's my review for Freddy versus Jason. It's a good, gory, uh, gory, campy thriller, fun ass thriller movie. With a good, with a good fight showdown between, between Jason and Freddy.